Hello everyone, myself Indrajit Pandey and I'm standing before you with Geographical Diversity of India. I'm here to teach you Geographical Diversity of India, Class 7, Social Science NCERT book, the first chapter. And in this chapter, you will understand so many things. So don't go away and look here, right? Geographical Diversity of India. Our country has diverse regions with different qualities. Somewhere it is mountain, somewhere it is plain, somewhere it is the forest area, somewhere it is sandy area. Everything is there, and that's why this makes the beauty of our country. This is the beauty of our country. To us, by its very geography, the country India appears to be quite distinct from other countries. Some countries are too cold, some are too hot, some are sandy. But in our country, we have variety, and which makes our country a very beautiful country, and that itself gives it a certain national character. It was said by Sri Aurobindo. Once again, I am repeating. To us, by its very geography, the country India appears to be quite distinct from other countries, and that itself gives it a certain national character. It was said by Sri Aurobindo. Now, let's move. You can see here Jog waterfalls. Please mark in your book where is Jog waterfall. Jog waterfall is there in Karnataka. And where is Karnataka? It is there in the southern part of India. Right? Okay. Now, what are the big questions in this chapter? What we are going to deal? We are going to deal what the key geographical features of India and how does India geographical diversity it affects our life. We are going to talk about these things. So a little bit introduction I am going to give you here. In 1984, Rakesh Sharma, the first Indian astronaut to go into space, spoke with the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi when she asked him, how does India look from space? What he said, Sare jahan se acha. Right? Yes. Better than the whole world. Now, see here. India is the seventh largest country. Now the story starts about India. It's a very interesting chapter. You will understand so many things about India, about all those really features. India is the seventh largest country in the world. This is the first question. What is the size of India? At what rank it starts? It stands. India is the seventh largest country in the world and a part of Asia. And that's why India is called a subcontinent. Got it? So we call Indian subcontinent because it is part of Asia or Asian continent. We'll come to this. Along with its neighbors, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Myanmar. It forms the region known as the Indian subcontinent. Subcontinent since it is a part of the continent of Asia. So the question may come that, or it may be asked anywhere, that why India is called a subcontinent. The answer is very simple. Since it is a part of the continent Asia, that's why India is called a subcontinent. Often for the purpose of discussion, we refer to five regions. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss about the Great Mountain Zone. It means definitely we are going to talk about the Himalayas. Then we have the plains of the Ganga and Indus. Then the desert region, the southern peninsula, and the islands. So all these things we are going to discuss in this chapter one by one. Now let's start with the Himalayan mountain. The Himalayan mountain range stands as a natural barrier in the north. On the northern part, Himalaya stands as a natural barrier and it saves our country from the cold, dry winds. while the Thar Desert and the Arabian Sea marks its western limits. To the south, the Indian Ocean, and to the east, the Bay of Bengal. So Himalayan is there in the north, right? Then we have the Thar Desert on the western side. The Himalayan mountain range stands as a natural barrier, and where it is? North. Himalaya is there in the north, right? Himalaya. It is on the northern side. Then we have Thar Desert and Arabian Sea. Thar Desert and Arabian Sea, it is there on the western side. So, Thar Desert and Arabian Sea. See, Arabian Sea is on the western side, right? Arabian Sea on the western side and Bay of Bengal on the eastern side. So, always remember. So, Thar Desert and Arabian Sea, it is there on the western side, right? Then we have to the south, we have Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean. It is there in the south, right? Just at the Indian Ocean. Indian, like this. Okay. Then we have, and to the east, the Bay of Bengal, and which forms a natural boundary. So this is the how we describe that on the north, at the northern side we have Himalaya, on the western side we have Thar Desert, Arabian Sea, on the eastern side we have Bay of Bengal, and at the south we have Indian Ocean. These geographical features create a separation between India and the rest of the continent and have played a crucial role in shaping India's climate, culture, and history. Right? So, all these things, it is going to be very interesting. See here. Now, let's talk about the Himalayas. Look at the length of the Himalayan range. It is like a massive wall. See how colorful and beautiful picture it is. These are the satellite images of the Himalayan range. And the length of the range is about 2,500 kilometers. Now you can understand how the length of the range, 2,500 kilometer Himalayan range. Just remember it. What is the range? What is the length of the range? The length of the range of Himalayas. How many it is? How much it is? It is 2,500 kilometer. Now you can understand 2,500 kilometers. It's a very broad range. The Himalayas seem to touch the sky because of its height, because so many peaks, they are over 8,000 meters, and that's why all these peaks together, they are called as 8,000ers. Why? Because their height has crossed more than 8,000 meters. So you can understand this mountain range stretches across 6 countries in Asia. Which countries they are covering? This range, this mountain range of 2,500 kilometer, they are stretched to 6 countries. They are India, Nepal, Bhutan, China, and Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Now, what happens? In the summer, the snow on the mountain melts and feeds major rivers such as Ganga, Indus, and Brahmaputra. The snow, it melts during summer season, and the water, it meets with these rivers. And these rivers and their tributaries, they provide water for drinking, for farming, and for other industrial use. And connecting with the lives of hundreds of people. And that's why, because of all these reasons, it is called the water tower of Asia, because providing water to all the major rivers and its tributaries. The Himalayas are also important to many cultures and belief systems. You will see so many sacred temples is there, so many places are there, saints and priests. They visit over there. They go there. They meditate over there. So many people they have visited. The mountains themselves are considered sacred, and temples and monasteries have been built within them, and attracts monks and spiritual seekers from around the world. People they go there and meditate. Now let's talk about the Bhagirathi river. Bhagirathi river is the major tributary. Tributary, what is the meaning of tributary? To tribute, है ना? To tribute water to the main river, right? So the Bhagirathi river, a major tributary of Ganga, it originates in Gaumukh in Uttarakhand, right? Okay. See here, Gaumukh of the Gangotri glacier. This glacier is one of the largest in the Indian Himalayas. It is considered sacred and attracts many pilgrims. Gaumukh is also popular for trekking. People they go there for trekking. It acts as a trekking destination for the people, right? Okay. Now we'll see how the Himalayas were formed. It is going to be very interesting how Himalayas are formed. Sorry, how Himalayas were formed, because it's a matter of past. It was formed hundreds and thousands of years ago. It's an interesting story. A long time ago, India was part of a bigger landmass called Gondwana, and it started shifting slowly. Let's see here. Where its neighbor was Africa. At some point, it broke away and slowly started moving north. About 50 million years ago, it reached the landmass of Eurasia. Eurasia, the combination of Europe and Asia, we call it Eurasia. The land between the crumpled and rose up, just like how a carpet wrinkles. See, have you seen the carpet? You push it from both the sides, right? Like this, and what it will happen? It will be like this. Got it? Okay. That's how the mighty Himalayan mountains formed. Amazingly, India is still pushing into Asia today. Very slowly, 5 centimeters. Who will feel? Only the geographers, they know how to calculate, how to find out. About 5 meters, 5 centimeters each year, which is much slower than the rate of which your hair grows. Okay. This means that Himalayas are still growing taller just a tiny bit each year. About 5 millimeters every year. Himalayas height is increasing 5 millimeters. It's a very small length, but with the passage of time it will become big. Folded layers of the Himalayan rocks, you can see here. The word Himalaya is a combination of two Sanskrit words. Hima, it means snow. Alaya means ghar, right? Alaya means abode or dwelling, thus abode of snow. So Himalaya is also known as abode of snow. Now, the most interesting fact we are going to discuss in this topic, for which I was waiting, and most of the questions comes from this topic only. It is for all the students of the whole India. See, Himalaya is categorized into three. First one is the Himadri. Then Himachal, the Himachal, and at last the Shivalik. Himachal and the Shivalik. Right? So Himadri, the greater Himalaya, the highest or the top part. Suppose this is Himalaya, right? So let it be the top part, and this is the greater Himalaya, we call it Himadri. Then we have lower Himalayas, it is called Himachal. And this one, it is connected to the northern plains, we call it Shivalik. Okay. And See here. The Himalayas, the greater Himalayas are the highest and most rugged part of the range, home to towering peaks like Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga. So, Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga are found in the Himachal area. Got it? And it is covered with snow throughout the year. It is very cold. People don't want to go there. People don't want to live there because it is not fit for the human settlements. Now, Himachal, the lower Himalayas, they lie south of the greater Himalayas and have a more moderate climate, allowing rich biodiversity and all the hill stations. You can see here popular hill stations such as Nainital, it is in Uttarakhand, Darjeeling, West Bengal, Simla, Himachal Pradesh, and Mussoorie, Uttarakhand. All these are located in Himachal area, right? So Himachal here. Then we have Sivalek, we call it the outer Himalayas, and it get connected with the northern plains. See here, the Sivalek hills, the outer Himalayas, form the outermost and lowest range, consisting of rolling hills and dense forest. These foothills are rich in wildlife, serving as a transition zone between the Himalayas and the Gangetic plain. So it is called, the question may come that which Himalaya is known as the transition zone, it right, which is called as the transition zone. So answer will be the Seva Lake. It is the transition zone which between the Himalayas and the Gangetic plains, which is also called northern plains, right? So Himalayas, formation of Himalayas, I told you. Then we can categorize Himalaya into three parts. I told you Himadri, Himachal, and Sivalek, right? So we have discussed all these things. So Himalaya, the top layer, the rugged mountains, very cold, snowy area. Himachal, all the hill stations are over there. And Sivalek, it is a transition zone, and so many wildlife are found over there. And it's a transition zone. From there, we move to northern plains. So I think you all have liked this video. This is the first part only. Please wait for the second part. Please keep supporting. Subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Have a good day.